Hey guys, what's up? This is your 10-minute stretch video with me, your girl Sammy B. We're gonna do a little bit of dynamic movement to get us moving, blood flowing, especially if you're coming into this video without having done a workout before it. And then we'll get into some floor stretches. So you will need a mat and anything else comfortable to sit on, even if it's your carpet, to be honest with you, that would be just fine. So let's start by taking a nice wide stance here. Deep breath in, gently bending in the knees, and exhale. Again, we won't be standing for that long, but as I said, we're gonna work on getting the blood moving because that helps to really lengthen the muscles. Good, let's take a little shift side to side, rolling the shoulders back like you're digging your hands in your pockets. Then let's open up the shoulders a little bit more, elbows coming to the back. Beautiful. Open up the full arm now, fingertips reaching in a big circle, open and open. Make sure you're taking your focus up towards those fingertips as you go. Trust me, it feels good. 3, and 2, and 1. Feet together. Let's take those legs opening up one by one. So this is something that I love to do when I am running. It's a little pre-running workout, but it's also something that's really good just for opening up those adductor muscles and getting a little bit more blood flowing through the hips. Let's take the reverse. So left leg will come in first, and this is the reverse. This one is the abductors. Nice job, keep it up. Good, let's take a little side stretch. Reach the left arm up and over to the right side. Circle down through the center and slowly roll up. Same thing other side, reaching up and over. Down through the center. And rolling up. Let's do one more time each side because that felt nice. This time, release your body down as far as you can. Bend the knees if it feels good. And just let your bottom half of your body sink. And slowly straighten up through the knees and rolling up through the spine. Take your time, vertebra by vertebra. Amazing. As we make it to the top, you're gonna find your way to your mat. And we're going to start by stepping the right foot forward. You could do this with your left. It doesn't really matter. We're going to do both sides. So, stepping your right foot forward, you're going to come into a nice deep lunge here. The left knee is going to be on the floor. You're going to untuck those toes. And we're just going to think about sinking into that right hip and then sinking it back. So this is a motion. And most of what I like to think helps me the most in my flexibility is dynamic stretching, which happens to be stretching when we are doing motion, stretching while activating as well. And that's because the muscles get the message that they are lengthening, but at the same time, they're getting the message that they're strengthening and contracting. And so it helps to build your flexibility. If you want to increase this flow, you're going to sink your hips further, and then you're going to take that leg and stretch it at the back. Again, the motion is really going to help you here. So really think about pressing forward and then pushing back. Good. On this last one, take yourself forward. And then let's just take our left knee, underneath us a little bit higher. And we're going to put all of our body stacked up onto that knee. If that feels uncomfortable for you, you can always get a towel or another part of your mat and fold it up to place your knee on top of. You're going to straighten that front leg. You're going to walk your hands forward and release your body. Release your neck. This is going to be one of those moments where we're more in a static stretch. So as much as you can, you want to breathe. You want to remind your nervous system that you are, in fact, okay. Because sometimes our nervous system will try to tell us that we're stressed out in this position, and that's why stretching can be so challenging for people. You start to feel like, oh my gosh, I can't, I'm panicking. But you're not, you're just fine. Beautiful work. Bring the hips forward just a little bit, and we're going to take this left leg. Now this can be a little bit tricky. We're going to fold it underneath. So if you need to, take your time, walk it forward, and we're gonna do a spinal twist. I'll face you. You can also face me if you want to. Left leg is underneath, and the right leg is crossed over top. We have our foot placed down on the floor. We're taking this left hand to assist us, and we can pull ourselves around. You can see the back wall. I like to use my back hand to also support me so that I can get even more of a twist. Nice job. Coming back to the front here. This is a little bit of a tricky stretch. We have a few options here. You can either stack your legs and you can walk your hands forward to find your stretch. This can be quite advanced. If that is too advanced, you're taking your left leg, placing the foot on the floor, right leg is coming crossed over the knee, and you're just going to work with what you have. Whatever feels good today, whatever feels like it's a push for today, that's where you're gonna stay. Flex the foot and play with it. You can also lay down and do this stretch. You can take this hamstring and pull it a little bit closer to you. But this is essentially getting all those external rotators, all those deep hip muscles that can be really, really tough to get. I'm gonna come up for the last few seconds of this stretch and just take this forward fold. A little bit of a pancake moment, if you will. Feeling very flat. Release the head down. Get as much out of it as you can. Starting to walk yourself up. You can release those legs, give them a little shake, bring them out to the front. We're gonna do a little hamstring stretch, our favorite. We won't be here for long, but I do want you to think about lengthening through the upper body first and out of the hips, reaching forward, flex the feet. Place the hands wherever you can and lengthen through the spine. So this is gonna be one of those moments where you go as far as you can. You're not trying to impress anybody. You're just finding what works for you. Every body is different. Not just everybody, but every body is different. Now you can release down if it feels good. You can even release the feet if it feels good. And then finding your way to sit up. Because we have the other side to do. This time the right leg is going to be underneath. The left leg is going to be over top. And again, all those modifications still stand. If you want to place that right foot down in front of you, you can take the seated version. You can take your laying down version. You're walking these hands forward, and we begin our pancake stretch because that's what I called it before. So we're just going to be consistent and call it a pancake. This one feels really good to me. It's one of those that's like a slow burn. The further I go, the better the stretch gets. Excellent. Let's start to walk our hands back. We're gonna find that spinal twist. So placing the left foot down, right leg is underneath. We're using our right hand this time. And we're just gonna find that rotation again, using the back hand to help you to create a little bit more length in your spine and then to rotate just a hair more. The more you rotate, the more you're gonna feel the benefits of the twisting. I am a yogi, but I'm not a yoga instructor, but I do know that twists can provide a lot of other benefits, especially for your muscles and for detoxifying. So I like to add them into my stretch sequences when I can. And coming back to center. Fantastic. Now that we have this left foot forward, we got to get back into our lunge stretch on the opposite side. So the foot is going to be forward on this side, And we start off in the position, a little bit of a wider stance. We're pressing our hands into the floor. And again, we're rocking forward and back. We're starting with a little bit more limited movement here, just as we did on the first side, forward and back. When you feel like you want to start enhancing the stretch a little bit more, you can lengthen that leg just a hair. I felt that one. I have some pops and cracks that are happening right now in my muscles. They're like, oh, wow, you haven't done this in a little while. Never enough time to stretch, but that's why these little 10-minute moments are so important, because you can add them onto things. You can make it part of your new habits. And that's the goal here. We want to try to make it as accessible as possible. Good. Let's hang back here at the back. Lengthen that leg. And just stretch. You can flex the toes, you can relax the toes. I'm actually going to correct it and make sure those hips are definitely parallel as possible. This side is a bit tighter for me, so I always find that I have to be here for a little bit longer. Nice, let's come back into our lunge. Find a nice, easy seated position. Legs can be crossed. Let's take a little neck stretch over to the right side. Something that we often forget to stretch, but our poor necks are always holding our heads up. And take it over to the other side for one last stretch. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me on this 10-minute stretch roller coaster today. Thanks for trying something different. And while you're here, maybe check out something else. Try a little other 10-minute something, add it on. Make it a little fitness party, if you will. Recommend this to whoever. Let's keep this party going. Let's extend. Let's make the family bigger. Thanks so much for joining me today. And as always, just keep trying. It's always about coming back and returning back, especially if it feels difficult the first time. It always gets easier. See you soon.